Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into the latest Q2 earnings and the forward outlook from Opera Limited.
That's right. We're going to unpack their pretty impressive second quarter, see what they're expecting for the rest of 25, and look at how these big bets on AI and fintech are really shaping things up.
Okay, let's get right into it then. Opera's Q2 results, they were significantly better than expected, weren't they? What were the headline numbers?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The numbers really pop out.
Yeah.
Total revenue hit $143 million. That's a 30% jump year over year.
30%.
Yeah. And what's interesting is that's not just above their own guidance. It actually shows an acceleration compared to the 17% growth they had in Q2 last year.
Okay, so accelerating growth.
Exactly. And for the first half of 2025 overall, revenue growth was even stronger, 35% year over year.
So a strong top line. How did that look on the profitability side?
Profitability was right there with it. Adjusted EBITDA came in at $32.1 million. That's a very healthy 22% margin.
Also above guidance.
Also above guidance, yeah. It shows they're growing efficiently. And look, this is their 17th quarter in a row hitting the Rule of 40.
Right, the Rule of 40. Remind us quickly.
Sure. It's basically when a company's revenue growth rate plus its adjusted EBITDA margin adds up to 40% or more. Opera hit 53% in Q2.
And the key thing is that it's organic growth driving this.
Entirely organic. That's really significant. It proves their core model is strong and sustainable, not just propped up by buying other companies.
That consistency is definitely compelling.
Yeah.
Okay, so drilling down into that revenue, where did the momentum come from specifically?
Well, the sources really highlight two main areas: advertising and search. Advertising was, frankly, a powerhouse. It shot up 44% year over year to almost $93 million.
Wow, that's over 60% of their total revenue.
65%, yeah. And the engine behind that is what they call AI-powered, intent-based advertising, especially strong in e-commerce.
So smarter ads, basically, using AI to figure out what users might actually want.
Precisely. It's analyzing behavior, figuring out intent, showing relevant ads, less annoying, more effective. And e-commerce is their fastest growing area there, doubled year over year.
Doubled.
Yeah. And they even think they're still under-indexing there, meaning they see a lot more room to grow, especially with the big shopping season coming up in the second half.
Makes sense. Better ads, more relevant ads. Okay, and what about search revenue? That's always been a core part of the browser business.
It has, and search also had a healthy rebound. It grew 11% year over year to about $49.6 million. That's the other 35% of revenue.
Okay, 11% growth.
Right. But what's notable is the sequential growth was 6%, which is actually double what it was in Q2 last year.
So what's driving that improvement?
It seems to be a strategic shift. They're focusing more on users in regions where they can get higher average revenue per user, higher ARPU, and also focusing on traffic where users have clear intent.
Intent again.
Exactly. They're seeing this trend where AI creates monetization chances not just during the search, but also before and after. So they can work with more partners, search engines, sure, but also e-commerce, travel, even gaming folks.
Interesting. So broadening the partnership base beyond just traditional search?
Right. Mostly in the US for now, but they see it growing globally.
Okay, so strong financials. Let's shift to the users. How does this all translate to their user base metrics? MAUs, ARPU? What's the story there?
Well, they seem focused on, let's say, quality over just quantity. Their overall average monthly active users, MAUs, were at 289 million Q2.
Okay, nearly 300 million.
But the really significant number is the annualized ARPU, average revenue per user. That jumped 35% to $1.97.
35% jump in ARPU. That clearly shows that focus on higher value users is working.
It really does. It reflects that strategic shift we were just talking about.
And their gaming browser, Opera GX, that's always been a standout performer for them, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Opera GX hit 33 million MAUs, which is up 11% year over year. But the really impressive part is its ARPU.
Higher than the main browser.
Much higher. Annualized ARPU for GX is $3.47. That's their highest ARPU product by far. It really shows how well you can monetize a specific engaged audience.
Definitely. And overall financial health, cash flow.
Very robust. They generated $33.1 million in operating cash flow. That's actually 103% of their adjusted EBITDA, so really strong cash conversion.
And free cash flow.
Also strong. $29.1 million, which is 91% of adjusted EBITDA. And they're using that cash. They keep returning capital to shareholders.
Right, buybacks and dividends.
Yep. They've returned something like $477 million since 2020. They just paid out another dividend in July, 0.40 cents per share. So growth plus shareholder returns.
Okay, so looking forward then, they didn't just meet Q2 expectations, they actually raised their guidance for the full year 2025.
They did. Their updated revenue guidance for the full year is now $585 to $597 million.
Which represents,
At the midpoint, that's about 23% growth over 2024. And this is the second time this year they've bumped up their annual growth forecast by 3 percentage points. Big signal of confidence.
and for profitability, adjusted EBITDA.
Full year guidance there is $136 to $140 million. That's a 23% margin at the midpoint, and they actually expect margins to expand a bit in the second half.
Okay, and for the next quarter, Q3.
For Q3, they're guiding revenue between $146 and $149 million, so about 20% growth in the midpoint, and adjusted EBITDA of $34 to $36 million, which is a 24% margin. Consistent story.
It definitely sounds like they're making some pretty big strategic bets to justify that confidence, especially around AI. What's the core idea there?
That's right, AI is absolutely central. The key insight really is that Opera firmly believes the browser itself is going to become the operating system for AI services.
The OS for AI. What does that mean exactly?
Their argument is that having AI built natively into the browser architecture is just fundamentally better than accessing AI through, say, a cloud-hosted web page.
Better have.
Speed, for one, but also understanding context better, privacy, even accessing your local files or knowing what other tabs you have open or what subscriptions you have. A native browser AI can see all that.
Ah, okay. So it has a richer understanding of what you are doing locally and online.
Exactly. It can bridge your device and the web in a way a simple web page can't. More control for you on privacy and security, plus it's likely more efficient computationally.
And they have a specific product coming out based on this vision.
They do. They announced Opera Neon. They're calling it an agentic browser, and it's set for public release this fall.
Agentic browser.
Yeah, the idea is it combines the main AI use cases, searching, summarizing, creating, automating into one interface. It's meant to be your gateway to AI, web apps, automation, all built natively.
So building on their history of browser innovation.
Definitely. They point to things like being first with integrated chat GPT, their multi-LLM engine, local LLMs. They see this huge opportunity, especially for like the billion-plus knowledge workers out there.
The ones juggling apps and tabs all day.
Right. They say those workers lose about 40 minutes a day just switching context. An AI agent built into the browser could potentially automate tasks, build intelligence into your workflow, really change productivity.
That's a very ambitious vision. How are they thinking about making money from this AI integration?
It sounds like it'll be a mix, probably some free use, maybe supported by ads, leveraging that AI-powered advertising engine they already have, and then perhaps subscription models for, deeper features or more advanced capabilities.
A hybrid approach. Makes sense. Okay, beyond the core AI push, they also mentioned expanding Opera GX, the gaming browser. What's new there?
Yeah, GX continues to grow, and remember that super high $3.47 ARPU. They've added some new features recently, better tab management, side-by-side tabs, ways to group related tabs.
Improving the user experience for gamers.
Exactly. But what's really interesting strategically is they're soft launching GX in South Korea and Japan.
New markets. Why those ones?
They see them as high potential markets, strong gaming cultures, and also strong e-commerce potential. They're even partnering with League of Legends there, positioning GX as the preferred browser. It's a clear move for growth.
Okay, strategic expansion for GX. And then there's the other big bet, MiniPay, their stablecoin wallet. That feels quite different.
It is different, but it's another strategic pillar that's really taken off.
Yeah.
MiniPay has blown past 9 million activated wallets.
Yeah, 9 million. Wow.
And it processed over 250 million transactions. They said activation surged 255% just in Q2. It's genuinely one of the fastest growing non-custodial stablecoin wallets out there.
What's the core appeal? What makes it easy to use?
Simplicity, mainly. You can hold, send, receive funds almost instantly using just a phone number. It supports over 40 currencies in, I think, 53 countries now.
And you can move money in and out easily, local currency to stablecoin.
Yeah, that's key. You can convert your local cash using cards, mobile money, bank transfers, whatever, and then convert back easily. They just added pockets to make switching between stablecoins like USDC and others just one click.
Sounds very convenient, especially maybe for cross-border payments without high fees. Is it making money yet?
It is, actually. It's already generating revenue through integrations with partners in its ecosystem. They compare it to search. It's a core function users want. but it has a natural way to monetize.
Interesting. So the stablecoin model itself has inherent revenue streams.
Right. And they also mentioned positive signs on the regulatory front, like the Genius Act in the U.S. potentially creating clearer rules for stablecoins, which they see as a tailwind. For now, though, the main focus is still scaling up users, especially now it's a standalone app, too.
Okay, so it really feels like they're positioning themselves right at that intersection of AI and fintech, all using the browser as the foundation.
Exactly.
And what seems fascinating is doing this at their scale compared to maybe newer startups talking about browser innovation.
That's a point they really hammer home. You hear about new players trying to build AI browsers, but Opera already has nearly 300 million users
A huge existing base.
and 30 years of doing this independently. So when others talk about disrupting browsers, Opera's view is, well, we're already bringing these advanced AI and fintech features to a massive audience today. That scale is a massive advantage.
Right. It's not just innovation in a lab, it's innovation potentially reaching hundreds of millions of people quickly.
Precisely. They aren't just talking about it, they're shipping it.
So, wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, our listener? What's the big takeaway here?
Look, Opera is pushing the browser way beyond just being a tool to view websites. It's becoming this intelligent agent, integrating AI deeply, handling fintech like stablecoin payments.
Fundamentally changing what a browser is.
Right. So you should consider how a browser that doesn't just find information, but actively anticipates what you need, helps manage your daily tasks, maybe even handles your money, how that could reshape your digital life.
Your productivity, your finances.
Exactly. It really makes you think about the future of digital productivity, maybe even global commerce. Your browser could become this indispensable companion, blending work, life, and finance in a way we haven't really seen before.